up, kinfolk? How you doing today? You notice we got the bonnets on.
Bonnet talk.
I was trying to sleep.
Nope.
My lovely brother, Tarad, who has been on my YouTube channel before. You guys know him. You love him. He's back for another one. And the reason why we're in bonnets is because, like I said, I was trying to sleep. And this boy comes in here with a question. And we've been at it for the last 5-10 minutes. And I was just like,
get the camera.
Get the camera.
Get the camera.
Because I feel like we need to talk about this.
Yeah.
So, the question was,
do you think colorism is real? I think it's real for black women. I do not believe it exists for black men.
okay. And I said, yes, it's real. And it exists for both parties.
I disagree.
Okay, speak, sir.
So the example I'm going to use is my experience. Because I know colorism exists from a global perspective. I know the Chinese, the Japanese, like they put skin bleach in everything. They put it in their water. So I know it's everywhere. But I'm talking about for try.
Sidebar. Have you seen Sammy Sosa? Do you know who Sammy Sosa is?
Sounds familiar. Why?
Oh, God. I'm going to show you this. This is Sammy Sosa back in the day.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, he looks happier in the first photo. So, yeah, maybe his personal preference is lighter skin. Introducing Samuel Sosa.
Okay, go ahead. Speak.
So, my introduction, right, to the idea of colorism was from a dating perspective, from a relationship perspective. I was told when I was younger by a girl I had a crush on that she did not like me because I was black. I was cool. I was her type, whatever, a 5-year-old's type is. I had all the right color pencils. You feel me? But because I was black, I was not her type. Mm-hmm. So, I interpreted that to mean that just because I was black, period. I didn't think, well...
Black being African American.
Black being... Yeah, African American.
Okay, are we talking... we gotta be clear. Are we talking about skin tone here? Or are we talking about...
So, yeah, no, because I was black, I was not attractive, so I didn't think that it was because of a skin scale. I just thought black meaning African American are not attractive, period. But on the flip side of that, as I got older and we had our baby brother... He was called the cutest of us all. He had the dark chocolate skin. He looked just like my dad. My dad was is a very dark man, and he used to talk about how he used to pull him back in the day. So obviously, dark skin is favorable, but because I wasn't dark enough, I was considered unfavorable or not as attractive.
I just want to clarify. Right. So originally,
go ahead. When
you were talking to homegirl, you thought it was an ethnic preference.
Right.
She didn't like you because you were...
She don't date African Americans. Right.
Enter our brother. He's getting, praised and loved on and all flaunted, all this stuff because he has really nice dark skin. So now you're attributing your thought of beauty and attractiveness to a color scale.
So I saw it as it's an all or nothing thing. If you want to date and be black, you either have to be really dark,
okay,
or don't be black at all. That was the way I saw it.
Okay.
So, but then as I got older, the script flipped. I found out that I was attractive to a lot of other races, specifically for being black. Mm-hmm. For specifically, no other reason than I was black. I was given opportunities for work or jobs or positions or things like that.
Ethnically speaking.
Because
we're talking about colorism, which is a scale.
Colorism is a scale.
Okay.
So again, I'm not thinking in my experience that because I'm a black, dark skin or milk chocolate colored individual that I'm being shunted from this opportunity, but had I been lighter, she would have liked me. Or I'm not thinking that because I have dark skin, I didn't get that job or that apartment approval. I'm thinking, no, because I was black as an ethnicity, I didn't get that position. Well, I didn't think that way anyway. I didn't get the apartment because I was broke. But in the sense of people thinking no, you didn't get that because you were not light enough or you were too dark. It's no, I didn't think that. I thought black, bad, period. And then even mom and dad raising us and being no, you're black, you're black, you're black, you're black. So no matter what shade you or package you came in, you're at a disadvantage. And you're black. So you got to get straight A's. You can't have a B. A B was a glorified C. A C was a glorified F. So you couldn't get anything lower than A's. You had to be the best golfer. You had to be the best student. You had to be sit in front of the church. You couldn't sit in the back with everybody else. You know, even having friends, you couldn't dress like your friends. You couldn't listen to the same music as your friends because you were black.
And okay, and that I do agree with to a certain extent. I feel like no, of course. My first introduction to colorism in terms of like the scales of like you being a certain skin tone versus other skin tone, I feel was something that was definitely pushed hard in my own not in our family, but I first heard about colorism like from our own siblings. Like Christina would tell me like, oh, you're a lot more attractive because you're lighter skinned, and I'm like, nigga, we both black. Like that's how I think. However, even too, when it comes down to how we're raised, there is the aspect of because you are African American, ethnically speaking, not skin tone speaking, but ethnically speaking, you have to be the best that you can possibly be, because when people look at you, they're going to have a negative connotation associated with that. You can't sag your pants, because even then it's like, not only are you black, sagging your pants, that also has a certain type of stereotype and a certain type of look and a certain type of ideology that goes around with that and how people will view you as a person.
Which goes to my point of why I thought colorism isn't real.
Okay.
And now I'm going to say it. Colorism don't exist at all. There you go. I'm anti-colorism. And here's why. I'll explain it. Because of what you talked about. And
okay.
You used some of my verbiage.
Go ahead. I will say colorism exists.
It doesn't exist.
Hold on. In one realm specifically. Like, I don't think that, like...
I think it exists in dating.
That's what I'm getting at.
And dating alone.
That's what I'm getting at. Because, yeah, when it comes to, like, outside of dating, I don't believe that colorism...
Well, no. I disagree with that. I disagree.
Bro!
I disagree. All right, here's why. All right.
We were...
No, I see what you mean. And then
the
gears started turning, but by the logic, let me cook. Let me cook, all right? With the idea of what colorism is. So colorism, I automatically assume same as racism. Racism is taught, it's also instilled, but it's a natural response. Natural, in quotation marks, being, I don't like you because you're black. Mm-hmm. That's racism.
Okay.
You're this because you're black. That's prejudice. So, again, it's an automatic. There's no explanation for it. It's just that it is.
It is what it is.
With colorism, there is an association factor.
Okay.
Which is why I don't believe it exists, because you're not talking about the color of the skin. You're not saying, I don't like you because of your color of your skin being too light or too dark. You're you're attaching a reason to it. So, i.e. for black men who don't date black women, a common answer is, I don't date black women because they're loud or they're this or they're that.
That's not a colorism thing. That's attributed to an ethnic thing.
But, okay, no, I don't date dark women. Because I say it about dark women. And black women have internalized and said, no, they've said it, and it's true. Before you go, before you start doing all that, black women have said that they feel as though if they were to exhibit the exact same personality traits, but having lighter skin, they would get better results in the social and also institutional marketplace.
I would disagree, but okay.
But they've said it. It's been said. Using the example, okay. Latino women.
Okay.
So they say...
Disagreeable.
They're disagreeable.
Mm-hmm.
They clap the hands. They wear the big hoops. Mm-hmm. They're crazy. They say they're crazy. Mm-hmm. They claim being crazy as like a personality trait. Mm-hmm. Black women have said that if they exhibit the exact same personality traits but in a different package, that they will not be received by black men. However, Latinas can do it because they have spicy. A lighter skin and they're called spicy.
They're spicy.
They're just Latina. It's okay. Like, no. Like, no. Black women have said it. So that's why I'm leading with. Okay. It's been said.
Okay.
So, back to my original point.
Just because it's been said doesn't mean it's true.
But it's been said.
I'm just saying that.
So what we're talking about then is an association between skin color and behavior, skin color and perception. It's not It's not just specifically color. It's not specifically, Portia, you're lighter skinned than Christina. You're the most attractive sister. It's not like that. Okay. It's Christina is a great sister because she has these qualities. Portia, you have these qualities. It means you're a great sister. Or if I were to rank out the two of you, I'm not gonna say it on camera. I won't hear the end of it. But there's a winner. There's a winner. What is it? Anyway, so yeah, but talking about it is an association which is thought out, it's methodical, it requires intent to a certain degree, therefore it is not colorism. it lines in with prejudice at that point.
Is it prejudice or preference?
Well, preference, it could be considered both. It depends on how you spin it, because, let's say, like, right, I don't like steak. I don't like steak. And so that is across the board. Now,
I don't know why this is taking me out so bad, but yo.
I know, but it's like, if I say I don't like black steak, now that's prejudice. Now I'm in trouble. White girl steak is different. Like, that's prejudice. But I don't say that. If you stink, get away from me. Disrespectfully. Before I get violent. Like, I don't think colorism exists in that aspect for black men.
Okay. For
black women, it's a different story.
Wait, so why is it you don't think it exists for black men? That's what I'm still stuck on, sir.
For me, right? So black women have the...
No, stay on black men. Explain yourself.
Let's talk about black men, right?
Thank you.
We don't have the issue of no options because we're black.
Okay.
In any shape, form, or
Wait, hold on. Run it back. Rewind.
Say
that one more time.
We don't have the issue of no options because we are black as an ethnicity.
Okay.
So, let's take that whole color scale. From light skin, from this skin to this skin. I, as a milk chocolate man, have just as much options as a palm man. Because there is a fetish for black men in a lot of different ways. Some races tell their kids black men make really good fathers. Some say the exact opposite. Some say black men have the best actual performance.
All we know is he's called the Stig.
All we know is he's called the Stig, right? Like, because there is that constant contradiction of, well, Portia says, I don't want a black man because they're lazy. Sarah says, I want a black man because I know he's going to be a hard worker. Mm-hmm. So if Portia tells me no, Sarah's going to say yes. Portia says no, and Sarah says no. Princess Jasmine is going to say yes. There's going to be someone out there that has their own reasons for saying yes to the black man. So we don't have the issue of, because we're black, we don't have that problem. So there's no scale for us. That's again why I say it comes down to presentation too, because you could be black male, right? But you wear the right V-neck on the right day with the right chain in front of the right lady, and there you go. So that's why it's like, we talk about, and maybe that's just the way I view it, but like when having the conversation of, you're not my type because you're black. Because I've had the conversation before. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, it got to a point where I would automatically assume if I ever met a girl and I liked her, she didn't date black guys.
It's more prominent in the dating sphere, and even as an African American dude, there are degrees. I hear countless time from black women. Like, there is a huge sense, there is a huge sense when it comes to black women talking about other black women that the darker you are, the less attractive that you are. Now, to your point, even dark-skinned black women can find people outside, either in her race or in her ethnicity, and outside who will say, like, oh, I love a chocolate queen who has a silky smooth skin, like, she keeps herself together.
Ethiopian empress.
Like, you know there are those people. So you can say that for black men, and you can say that for black women. But when it comes to black, you can say that for black men, and you can say that for black women. You got me messed up if you can say otherwise. Now, my original point, when it comes to colorism, thank you. Hold yourself together now. Mm-hmm. When it comes to black women, okay, we have been told, like, the paper bag test for getting into certain sororities, like, you have to be a lighter skin, like, light is bright. When it comes to dating and preferences, I also see when it comes to black men, there are some women who say, I will not date a black man, but then some of them, if you go down their dating history, they only date light-skinned men. But so it's not black men, like, I don't date African American men.
You admitted to it. Like, black women apply colorism to black women. Black men do not apply it to themselves.
You got something on your face.
Thank you.
Say again.
Black women apply colorism. Black men do not.
In terms of when they date?
Not even date, but how they interact with each other. Like you said, for sororities, paper bags.
Oh, wait, so you're saying, like, when black men talk with other black men, there is no scale?
There's no scale for us.
Okay,
now, we give white skins a hard time just because they frou-frou niggas, but...
Even that's colorism. Light skin are frou-frou.
Like, we make fun of light skins all the time. Like, we do. But it's not like an actual, like, Well, no, I'm not gonna say there's not actual, because there's some black men out there that have a genuine hatred toward light skinned men.
I don't know why.
Well, they're pretty funny people when you really get to know them. But well, that sounds racist.
They're all right, boys. The boys are all right. You get to know them. The boy
over there,
he's different from the other ones.
Not like the other ones that they done told you about in the books. I tell you, he's all right now.
He's all right. At the end of the day, let's just wrap this up. At the end of the day,
wrap it up.
Colorism is BS. It's all preferences
It's all
out
preferences
here.
And associations and prejudice and all that.
All right,
and we're finding cute names for the same old stuff. That's it. All right, there you go. Lesson learned. Case closed. I'm retired. Bonnet talk is over.